Meghan Markle is furious. Nicholas Soames, a close ally of the royal family, allegedly leaked details about her pregnancy to the King's Court. But here's the kicker: those details were complete fabrications. Meghan's reaction? Pure rage. Was this just a strategic move to control her narrative, or was someone else pulling the strings behind the scenes? Let's unravel the truth behind the web of deceit. The situation surrounding Meghan Markle, Nicholas Soames, and the royal family has never been straightforward. The latest controversy stems from a leak to the press about Meghan's pregnancy. The information, spilled by Soames, a former Tory politician and cousin of the Duke of Cambridge, wasn't just a breach of privacy. It was a deliberate attempt to manipulate a narrative that was, in Meghan's view, already being twisted by the media. Soames, who has long been a figure connected to the royal family, reportedly leaked Meghan's alleged pregnancy to the media months before it was officially announced. But here's where it gets murky. The pregnancy wasn't real, at least not in the way it was being portrayed. It appears the entire saga was part of a carefully orchestrated campaign to control public perception of Meghan and her place within the royal family. The leak and its impact. The leak hit the press like wildfire. Initially, there were rumors that Meghan was expecting again, which, given her previous struggles with public scrutiny, was already a delicate issue. If the leak was indeed planned, it wasn't just an innocent slip. It was a calculated strategy to put Meghan in a position where she would either have to confirm or deny the pregnancy, potentially sparking a media frenzy. But Meghan did not confirm it. Instead, she lashed out. According to insiders, Meghan was furious upon hearing about the leak and began questioning Soames' role in all of this. Meghan's anger wasn't just about the violation of her privacy. It was about how the leak fit into a broader pattern of manipulation aimed at her image. Why would Nicholas Soames, who has ties to the royal family, risk damaging his relationship with Meghan and her camp? The answer might lie in the intricate power dynamics at play within the royal family and the media machine that fuels it. Meghan's relationship with the media has been turbulent from the beginning. And the royals? They've never been particularly fond of the Sussexes' independence, which could explain why Soames would want to exert some influence over the narrative. The role of Nicholas Soames' connection to the royal family runs deep. He's the grandson of Winston Churchill, and has long been a royal insider. His presence in the royal fold isn't incidental. As a man with considerable political and royal connections, he knows the weight of his words and actions. This means that when he speaks, people listen. So when a private conversation or detail about Meghan's life gets leaked, it carries more than just gossip. It's an attempt to sway public opinion in favor of one side or another. The leak in question might have been meant to cast Meghan in a more sympathetic light, or perhaps it was intended to push her back into the royal fold. After all, Meghan and Harry's exit from the family has been widely scrutinized, and their relationship with the press has been anything but smooth. Could Soames have been acting on behalf of another faction within the royal family, trying to manipulate Meghan back into line? There's no definitive answer. But when we consider Meghan's strained relationship with certain members of the royal family, the leak takes on a different dimension. Was Soames acting out of loyalty to the crown, or was he trying to assert some kind of control over Meghan's narrative? Either way, it's clear that the leak was not an isolated incident. It was part of a larger scheme of manipulation. Meghan's reaction, a sign of something bigger. Meghan's public reaction was telling. She did not simply deny the pregnancy, rumors. She went on the offensive. In a series of scathing statements, Meghan lashed out at Soames, calling out the manipulation and questioning the motives behind such leaks. Her anger wasn't just about the leak itself. It was about the broader implications of this betrayal. Meghan, having already been subjected to years of invasive media attention, was no stranger to the pressure. But this incident crossed a line for her. It wasn't just an attack on her privacy, it was an attempt to control her image and manipulate the public's perception of her. In a more personal sense, this was a direct affront to Meghan's autonomy. Her image, her story, and her identity were all being shaped by external forces that she could not control. Meghan has always positioned herself as someone who seeks to carve her own path, independent of the royal family's influence. So when these manipulations came to light, she reacted with the anger and frustration that many can understand. But her anger also revealed a more profound truth. The royals are not just playing a game of public relations. They are engaged in a battle of control, not just over Meghan, but over the entire narrative of the monarchy's future. The press and their role. One of the most troubling aspects of this situation is the role the press has played. Time and time again, the media has been used as a weapon to control narratives and shape public opinion. In this case, it wasn't just about reporting facts. It was about using Meghan's life as a pawn in a much larger game. The leak was not an isolated incident, but part of an ongoing campaign of media manipulation. Whether it's through fake stories, leaked information, or strategic interviews, the press has been used to influence public opinion about Meghan and her family. And while some might argue that Meghan's relationship with the press is contentious, the reality is that the press has played an equal, if not greater, role in fueling the fire. This has been a consistent pattern throughout Meghan's time in the public eye. From the very beginning, she has been subjected to invasive scrutiny, and leaks like this one are just another example of how the media and powerful insiders have worked together to shape her image. Meghan's strategy. Taking control of the narrative. Meghan's response to the leak shows a shift in her approach. She's no longer just reacting, she's taking control. Her decision to go public with her anger over the leak was a clear statement that she was no longer willing to be manipulated. She wasn't just defending her privacy, she was challenging the systems that had tried to control her. But this strategy comes with risks. By confronting Soames and the royal family head-on, Meghan is engaging in a public battle for control. It's a fight that could either strengthen her position or further alienate her from the monarchy. At the heart of this conflict is a fundamental question: who controls the narrative? In Meghan's case, the answer isn't just about her personal story, it's about her place in the royal family and her relationship with the media. For Meghan, this leak was more than just a privacy breach. It was a moment of reckoning, a turning point in her battle for control over her own story. What's next for Meghan? So, where does this leave Meghan? Will this be the moment when she breaks free from the royal family's grasp? Or will it further entrench her position as a controversial figure in the public eye? As this drama continues to unfold, one thing is clear. The battle over Meghan's narrative is far from over. The royals, the press, and Meghan herself are all playing a high-stakes game of power and influence. And as the leaks continue to surface and the stories continue to evolve, it's becoming more and more difficult to separate fact from fiction. But one thing is certain: Meghan's anger is a sign of something deeper. And until the full story comes out, it's impossible to predict what will happen next. As the battle for control over Meghan's story intensifies, the truth behind these manipulations may remain hidden in plain sight. Will Meghan emerge victorious, or will the power structure she's up against prove too strong? Stay tuned. This story is far from over.